Guys, I gotta know, where does that rank in the history of like craziest things that have like ever happened? Gotta fidget with the pen. Justin Gaethje, not only does he beat, but finishes Ilia Topuria in the manner in which he just did. Where does that rank in the craziest things to happen ever? I think it's got to be at least top 10, right? No, the crazy thing in sports, hands down, right? Like Miracle on Ice, right? 3-1, freaking from the Cavs, nope. Like this is number one. This is number one. I'm gonna break down the whole card, but I'll wait. Give me a minute. We're gonna start off with Diego Lopez and Steve Garcia, man. That was a really good fight to kick it off, man. Garcia looked really good. Like, he had me worried for Lopez. I was like, man, Garcia's this that good, but Diego Lopez in a firefight, man, can beat anybody at featherweight. Like, he dropped Volk in a crazy exchange, right? Like, Diego Lopez isn't like super good technically, but like he hits hard and he's really good in like a dirty fight. Like, I hate saying like fighters like if they fight dirty, they're good. It's like, no, it's like brawling isn't just throwing caution in the wind. It's a style in itself, right? And he is a phenomenal brawler. And anybody swings like that with Diego Lopez, and they are going to get put out. So, good stuff by Diego Lopez. Next up for him, I would like to see maybe like a Lerone Murphy, you know, or maybe even like Aaron Pico if he wins another one, you know. Maybe Arnold Allen, right? I do think he should get another fight before before he gets another title shot. But knowing Dana, they're gonna give him the next one over Movzar again. But yeah, that was a good performance. I do think that Diego Lopez is gonna be like one of those guys, like kind of like Dustin Poirier, where it's like he's gonna fight for the belt, but it's gonna be against freaking Volkanovski. It's gonna be against Movzar, and you know, hopefully he'll be like Gaethje and get his chance. But we'll see, man. Yeah, so I think if we need to solidify somebody, I'm identifying Arnold Allen as the next good fight. I feel like it should be Jean Silva versus Lerone Murphy. I feel like that's the fight to make there. So I think Arnold Allen and Diego Lopez next. And as for Steve Garcia, man, it's like I think a Pico, not Pico. Maybe you can do Pico, but you could also do Pitbull. That'd be a good fight. I don't want to see them just kind of throw him like off to the side. I would like to see them kind of keep him up in the top 15, you know, still like push him towards the top, because he did really good until he got caught, man. And Diego Lopez is elite. So, you know, really good way to kick it off. We're going to move on to Kyle Dawkins versus Bo Nickel, man. Screw this, man. I don't really like Bo Nickel. I think he's one of those annoying wrestling guys. Like, I was in wrestling in high school, right? I wrestled in high school, and those guys are just so annoying, bro. It's like, oh, wrestling does this. Like, bro, you're in MMA now, right? Quit talking about wrestling. You know, you wouldn't even wrestle Paul Craig. You're like, I'm one of the best wrestlers. I'm wrestling. Then he's like, let me stand and bang with Paul Craig, right? Whatever. This fight, you know, was a really good performance from Bo, right? I mean, it is Kyle Dawkins. Kyle Dawkins is good. I do want to clarify that I do like him, and I think he's a good fighter. But Bo Nickel, I think Bo Nickel is just better. I mean, what else can you say? He landed that overhand again, man. You know, so not really much to say. You know, Bo Nickel should probably get someone top 15 again. This might be a little too high, but maybe next, maybe a little more down the line, Joe Pyfer, Bo Nickel would be fireworks to me. But knowing the UFC, they're going to give him just some random 180. They're going to give him like Michelle Pereira next. And it's like, oh, Bo Nickel wins again, right? Like, But yeah, as for Kyle Dawkins, man, just give him like literally anybody, man. Like I don't think, you know, I'm not gonna break down who Kyle Dawkins' next opponent should be, man. Everyone knows that he was kind of just being thrown in the fire in that fight. All love, but Michael Chandler versus Hoofy, bro. I lost money on this fight. I seen it was only like $8, but I'm just gonna bet on Michael Chandler, right? Never again, bro. Michael Chandler, what are you doing? Why are you still fighting? 40 years old. You come in saying you're in the best shape. You know, you're ready to go, and then you just look like that. You just kind of too much feints, not enough action, and then was going for this weird takedown. You get hit and you run across the cage, man. Like, oh my goodness, bro. My goodness. So I don't have my notes for this. Like I usually keep notes, but I was way too excited for this fight. Whatever though. Hoofy was looking really good with the feints. Those wheel kicks, man, are just so nice. Like it is literally prime McGregor again. He had the little hiccup with BSD, but I think that if they were to fight again, maybe he wouldn't win, but he would at least do a lot better. I think Hoofy should get someone like maybe just outside the top 5. You know, BSD is probably fighting he is fighting Paddy Pimblett. I'm pretty sure they had made that official. I don't know. They were confusing me. Pretty sure it's official, but you know, maybe you give him the loser of him versus Paddy, or you could give him sorry, you can give him someone like that, man. You know, there's a lot of options there. As for Michael Chandler, man, we're sending you to RAF, bud. Sorry, yeah, you're not fighting MMA anymore. That was really bad. I think that's like 2-6, 2-7 in the UFC now. So not a good look for Michael, right? Michael Chandler, you are done. You are done. Yep, Michael Chandler, you're going to RAF, pal. Not getting the McGregor fight. You are done. I love Michael Chandler, but he's just never going to win a fight ever again. It's time to come to our senses. It's done for Michael Chandler. Moving on, we got Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis, man. Derek Lewis, man, this one was rough, pal. I told my uncle, I was watching this fight with my uncle, and I was like, anytime Derek Lewis gets in a bad spot, he gives up. And they didn't believe how bad it was, where Derek Lewis was not even working off a jab. Like, as soon as the fight started, he was not even working off a jab. He wasn't popping jab it right. He was just sitting there like waiting to throw the big bomb. And yeah, not gonna work, bud. You know, not gonna work. And then he goes down, and then the jiu-jitsu from Derek Lewis might be worse than Tai Tuivasa's. Seriously. I would love to see them have a jiu-jitsu match, because it would just be the worst, right? It would just be the worst. He literally was laying there. Josh Hooker just goes to side control, goes to mount, stands up and mounts, like landing punches. Derek Lewis has all this space, you know. Could enter, you know, if he was like that, you know, good time to hit a little Ashi setup. But not happening with Derek Lewis. That is not happening. He just sat there, and then he kind of Josh Hokett, man. What are we doing, bud? You throw up the armbar. That was like the worst armbar I've ever seen, dude. I've genuinely seen my day one beginner buddies hit better armbars than that. He's crossing his feet. He's not pinching his knees. He's not breaking over his hip. And he's got like he's not even like controlling the arm. He was like, okay, I'm trying to find something. Hold on. Arm bars, right? I know this is a lot bigger than an arm, but it's Derek Lewis's arm, so it's probably about this size compared to me, right? You're here, you want to like control the hand, right? Control the hand. Like, just imagine I'm controlling his wrist. Josh Hokett like came over like this and was like this with it. I know that was probably a terrible explanation, so I'm very sorry. I also lost my fidget. Oh no, here it is. But that was a terrible explanation, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It was just the worst arm. I've genuinely seen my buddies that have been doing jiu-jitsu for a week come into the gym and hit better arm bars than that. He had to be trolling. Josh Hokett had to be trolling, dude. Because there's no way. And then, but then he got Golden Freddy. Good job for Josh Hokett, man. Next up, I would really like to see a Waldo Cortez Acosta fight. I know they have some beef. But I think that Josh Hokett might be beyond that fight now. I mean, he did just lose to Volkov. We'll talk about heavyweight in a minute, but next up for Josh Hokett, you know, Cortez Acosta would be a good fight, but I think you got to give him a number one contender fight. I think Josh Hokett needs a number one contender fight. You know, maybe not, but I think he needs a number one contender fight. If not, then give him Acosta, and the winner of that gets the number one contender fight. But let's put my man Josh Hokett up there, man. Let's go. We'll talk about heavyweight later, though. Next up, Sean O'Malley versus Aiemann Zahabi, man. That's my GOAT, Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley, in my top 3 favorite fighters of all time, man. He's the one who got me into the UFC really heavy, man. He was looking really good, man. This was genuinely vintage Sugar, man. Vintage. The footwork was amazing. The kicks weren't really there, but his hands were just flying, man. He was going to the body really well. Joe Rogan was pissing me off so bad this fight. When I reached him, I think, it's Bart Simpson, bro. I was getting so mad at Joe Rogan this fight. Anytime Zahabi would land one of those like stupid running leg kicks, he's like, oh man, that calf is really, you can see the red and blue on it, man. That calf's done. Shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe, you little fool. Yeah, you know. In the post-fight interview, Sean's like, yeah, that wasn't really bothering me at all. But the entire time in the fight, Joe was like, that leg is really bothering him. We're seeing O'Malley kind of start to slow down on it. I was like, what are you talking about? And I don't get how anyone thought Zahabi was going to win this fight. Like, has anyone ever seen Aiemann Zahabi? Was it just his aura? Did he just have aura, like, for beating Jose Aldo? Like, because if you see his fight, like, he's always switching it, like, his stance. Like, when he's moving, he's always crossing his feet. It's so weird. And, like, he'll spam things. Like, he was spamming that kick, and then O'Malley started to get a read, and he started landing on it. Like, no one else watching Aiemann Zahabi. Am I the only one who's watching Aiemann Zahabi fight ever? Because that's what it seems like with all these, like, dude, Zahabi's going to beat O'Malley, bro. Like, no. No, Sean O'Malley, just show why he's championship material. Next up for Sean, man, I do think he should get a title shot, man. Like, no. Listen, man, let's look at his last 2 fights. Beat Song Yadong, right? Not a robbery. Anyone says it was a robbery, go back and watch. Oh, goodness. Go back and watch the fight again. Not a robbery. Clear 29-28 for Sean. You're just mad, right? And then this Zahabi one, man, this was big. I'm pretty sure Zahabi was number 6, but he was on a big win streak, right? He only lost, like, he was 1-2 to start, went on this crazy run, beat Jose Aldo. Yeah, like, what else? Who else does he need to fight? Because it looks like Umar, like, I know his fight just fell out, but it looks like he's gonna have to fight down before he gets another title shot. And I don't even know who else is above him. Like, I genuinely, like, Marab's probably gonna wait out. Like, I'd like to see O'Malley and Petr Yan fight again for the title. I feel like that'd be really good, 5 rounds. And then whoever fights that, like, I don't think Marab should be next for the title, but I do think his next fight should be for the title. That makes sense. I think it should be Petr Yan or Sean O'Malley, and then the winner of that would fight Marab, right? That makes sense. Don't act like it doesn't. That's what's next for him. And Aiemann Zahabi, man, it's like, you got some work to do, brother, right? Like, everyone thought Aiemann Zahabi was like this, like, Marab style guy. It's like, no, Aiemann Zahabi, I don't know how he's just winning these fights, because it's like, it's genuinely mind-boggling to me. But Sugar, vintage, hit the salute, right? My goodness, man, vintage, man. But it all goes downhill. No, it doesn't. It does not go down from here. Next up, it goes bad. Alex Pereira, you broke my heart today, man. Cyril Gane, I hate you so much, dude. I hate Cyril Gane as a fighter. Oh, that's so bad. It's so bad because now we got to see Aspinall versus Gane. And if Aspinall can't do it, they're gonna strip Aspinall and promote Cyril Gane. He's gonna be the undisputed heavyweight champion. And then there's gonna be 2 fighters outside of the UFC who have a higher claim to be the best heavyweight in the world than the UFC champion. Because right now there's 3. Right now there are 3 people with a better claim: Francis Ngannou, who beat him; John Jones, who beat him; and Tom Aspinall, who didn't beat him. Cyril Gane was winning that fight, but he's the undisputed champion, and Cyril's the interim champion. So there's 3 people with a claim to be the best heavyweight in the world over him, and he is the champion, right? So that's really bad for the sport. Now we're gonna get then we're gonna get low blows, and we're gonna get eye pokes, and Josh Hogan, man, please save us, Josh Hogan, man. But yeah, Pereira, that genuinely does break my heart, man. He just didn't look that good. He just looked like he wasn't like ready for heavyweight. It looked like he kind of like rushed. Like, I know the commentators like, he looks big for heavyweight, man. Like his butt looked big. Okay, like his body, like Cyril Gane was enormous compared to him. Like for me, and Cyril Gane, he got lucky, bro. He got lucky. We'll just say that. I do think if Aspinall can't fight, right? Aspinall can't fight. Here's my breakdown heavyweight. Let's say Aspinall is like out for a little longer, and Cyril Gane has to defend his interim championship, or they strip Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane gets promoted. That would be weird. It would suck. But I think here's what you do: you run back Volkov and Gane for the belt. You run that back. Cyril Gane said he wants to come back in September. Paris is kind of a quick turnaround for a champion, but I think that would be good. You know, you book that Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. I think that'd be a really good fight. Because I think Volkov won the last fight. I'm pretty sure they fought. This would be the 3rd fight of theirs, if I'm not mistaken, but I can be wrong. Tell me in the comments, because I don't remember. But I do think Volkov won the last one. I do think he got robbed. I do think he then robbed Jonathan Almeida, but Jonathan Almeida's like freaking, and freaking he abstracted like Digital Circus, bro. Oh, I'm such a chud for that. But yeah, he's gone. Jonathan Almeida no longer with us. See you, buddy. Right? But Volkov versus Gane. I think you do Volkov versus Gane, right? For the belt. And then we can do Hokit, and we can do Waldo Cortez Acosta for whoever gets it next, right? Maybe Acosta's not ready for that, but I do feel like the fight, like I do think Volkov won that fight easily, but it was at least semi-competitive, so you can at least justify giving Waldo Cortez Acosta another number 1 contender shot if Volkov goes on the fight for the belt. Just me. So I think we do Hokit versus Acosta. And Pereira, man. Pereira needs to take some time off and kind of rethink. He said he doesn't know if he's going back down to light heavyweight or not. If he does, if Pereira does go right back down to light heavyweight, I think it's very easy that you book him in the next title fight. If that's against Carlos Ulberg, if he's healthy, but if he has to strip, which I don't think he's gonna have to, but if he has to, then you put him against freaking Paulo Costa or something. I don't know, man. But I do think Pereira versus Ulberg would be a pretty good fight. I don't really know if Pereira should stay at heavyweight, but he is 251, so getting back down might be a little hard. But you know, we'll see, man. Maybe some time off would be good. He did just get knocked out, which is not good. But that's what I think should happen with heavyweight. And moving on, man. In our main event. Justin Gaethje, bro. Gotta be the craziest thing I've ever watched. Like, I thought watching Sean Strickland beat Hamzat Chimaev was like peak. And I wasn't really cheering for anyone. I was just cheering for a good fight. Like, I picked Topuria to win, right? And I was kind of like saying, yeah, Topuria is going to kill this guy. I was low-key talking crazy. I was like, I just hope just in case he doesn't have to go to the hospital, right? But that wasn't me cheering for Topuria. I just was predicting it, and I predicted wrong. Because Justin Gaethje, man, I've had this big criticism of Justin Gaethje. I'm like, he kind of crybabied his way to the title fight with Paddy Pimblett. Like, he beat Fiziev, who's like number 13 or something like that, like really low, and was calling for an interim title fight. And I was like, what the hell? And then he got it versus Paddy Pimblett, right? Someone who should also not be fighting for the interim belt. Beats him. Like, I guess Justin Gaethje's the interim champion, even though, like, I don't even think he's a top 5 lightweight at the time, right? I was like, okay, so not even a top 5 lightweight, interim champion. Cool. Now he's gonna fight Ilia Topuria. He's gonna die. But Justin Gaethje, man, just showing why you never say never, man. Like, sometimes I think we forget that these guys are at, like, the top of the top. And, like, they're a lot closer than we think they are, right? They wouldn't be in that situation if they didn't have a chance, you know? And Justin Gaethje made the most out of an opportunity at the White House. You know, what? I don't even know how to explain it. I guess we'll break down the fight, and then we'll kind of get a little more into it. Like, I low-key thought Topuria won the first round. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that. I thought Topuria won the first round. He was definitely losing up until the end, but I just thought he was landing cleaner at the end. I would not be mad at giving Justin Gaethje that round, but I thought Topuria won the first round. And Topuria definitely won the second round, I think. Yeah, I didn't write it down, so I don't remember. But if that's the one where he was like laying the body shot, and then, okay, Topuria did this crazy good thing going for the armbar when he was losing it. He like reached for the leg so he could stay on top. That is high IQ. He did not lose the position, you know. Obviously, it didn't matter anyway, but yeah. And then Justin Gaethje, I thought that Ilia Topuria had won. Okay, I don't even remember past this point because I was just screaming the entire time. I thought it was a close fight. And then Justin Gaethje like lat dropped Ilia Topuria. I thought that was pretty sweet. And then he was sprawling on his shots and almost Darce choked him, man. Like, he almost submitted Ilia Topuria. And I think Ilia Topuria, the first time he got mount on Justin Gaethje, that was a completely wasted opportunity. Instead of trying to land damage, he went for submissions. And then he was just kind of laying there to end the round. Like, he wasn't trying to land any damage. I know he was tired, but you got to make the most out of those advantageous positions, man. And Topuria did low-key pay for it. And then I thought Topuria was doing good, and then fourth round was pretty bad. You know, he was pretty bad. I think that shot to the body when he was in Turtle really messed him up. Man, Topuria just got absolutely murked. That was insane. And then, of course, they stopped the fight. And Justin Gaethje's freaking out, man. This, you know, the only thing that I'm a little upset about this is that now Topuria versus Makhachev is probably never going to happen. Likely never going to happen. And if it does, it won't have the same hype that it once did. And if it does happen, we're all going to say Islam is going to kill him, right? But man, I was really big on Topuria. Like, I wasn't like a really big fan because he knocked out Max Holloway, which I hated. I hated that. I cried when it happened, but forget about that. Not going to talk about that. Not going to speak about it. I was really high on him. I thought he was pound for pound number one coming into this fight. I thought he had a higher claim to pound for pound number one than Islam Makhachev did. And now I feel like an idiot, right? I feel pretty dumb. But hey, man, it's a crazy sport. Crazy things happen. Moving on for these guys. I can honestly see both of them never fighting again. I know that sounds crazy, but stick with me. I can honestly see neither of these guys ever fighting again. I feel like Topuria just lost so much aura that he's like never gonna come back, right? Like I'm not even talking about all the personal stuff. I'm talking like all of this aura, having like the funeral for Justin Gaethje and having the party before, like that was all cool when he was winning, but to get murked like that, like that's just such an aura loss, such an aura loss. That's like worse than McGregor aura loss, and I can honestly see him never fighting again. And if he does, like who do you even match him up with, you know? Because if Gaethje did that to him, like Armin's gonna beat him, right? Armin's gonna beat him. And then Charles Oliveira, I'm not really interested in a rematch. Max Holloway, not really interested in a rematch. Like, maybe you do Paddy Pimblett, right? If he wins, he beats BSD, maybe you do Paddy Pimblett for #1 contender. But for Gaethje, this would be the chance for any of those guys at lightweight. You know how in lightweight it was just a phenomenal run of just insane champions? It was like Khabib, then there was Charles, then it was Islam, and then it was Topuria, not anymore. This would be like nobody could win fights, nobody could beat him. Like Dustin Poirier couldn't beat him, you know, like just people like that. Could you imagine Dustin Poirier comes back for the trilogy fight with Gaethje for the belt? Not gonna happen ever, but if it does happen, that would be sick. However, I do think Charles Oliveira is probably going to get another title shot. But when I'm thinking in my mind, Max Holloway, baby. He beats McGregor. We're right there, bro. We're right there. If he beats McGregor. And we already beat Justin Gaethje, right? We beat Justin Gaethje at UFC 300. This is Max Holloway's chance. This is his chance. This is his chance. Although, I will say Justin Gaethje looks a lot scarier than he did all those pay-per-views ago. But I still think we got it. We go out there and we beat McGregor. We're looking good. And I have a pretty big fear of McGregor. He's just going to starch Max Holloway. Oh, Lord forbid, Lord forbid, Lord forbid. At International Fight Week. And then he just beat Max Holloway. We're going to give him Justin Gaethje for the title. McGregor's going to find himself in a title shot in the Big 26. It would probably be 2027, actually. But, dude, could you imagine that? If Max Holloway loses and McGregor gets the belt from Gaethje, somehow he beats Gaethje, that would not happen. But, you know, I didn't think Gaethje would beat Ilya. Who's to say McGregor won't beat Holloway, then Gaethje? Lord forbid, right? Dustin Poirier, bro, you better be shining the boots off. You know, you better be taking the cleats off, wearing them in the basketball court. You know, we better be back in the gym, getting off of steroids, brother. Cause your time. This is your time. I know we all say diamonds don't need gold to shine, bro, but that was just us coping, brother. It's your time to come back. This is your best chance. Dustin Poirier, you better be at home, you know, stopping the steroids, getting back, hitting the bag, right, getting back to the gym, American Top Team, baby, like, it's time. So that's what I think about the UFC White House card. Generational card, all knockouts. I yapped for a long time, so I will see y'all later, and happy Army 251st birthday. Peace out.